I'm basically just struggling with the approach side of things. I'm doing well financially, doing well physically, or getting to almost the best version, but it's more of like a social anxiety type of, deal on that initial confront well, not confrontation, but you know what I mean, the initial approach. And then after that, so that's kind of, if you could provide any kind of advice on that.
How old are you?
25.
What do you do for a living?
So I work at one of the big four firms, so I'm in finance.
Okay. And you got strong income? You're making over six figures?
Not yet, but definitely in the next 5 years. It's just kind of the nature of the
All right.
business at my age. But
All
I mean,
right. So
I
what's
only,
happened when you're making an approach to somebody that you find attractive?
there's a lot of times where I'm succeeding and I'm getting numbers and I'm getting like, I'm not socially awkward, believe it or not, but it's it sometimes just hit or miss. Like I'll get numbers, talk to people, but then like can't follow up, or like the follow up doesn't work, or it's just I'm not closing the deal.
Okay. So let me clarify it this way. So you talk to 10 attractive women over the course of a few weeks that you find interesting. You get their numbers. How many of those turn into dates?
That's the problem. 0%, or like
Zero.
10%. Like it's not high.
Well, 10% is probably about average. Like 1 in 10 would probably be about your average, right? So, I mean, if you're talking to 10 girls, you get the numbers, you start texting, you know, nine of them ghost you, disappear, have a boyfriend, whatever the scoop ends up being, but you go out with one of them. Like that's pretty normal. It's like that's how the numbers game works. You're going to
Right.
have guys that are going to do better, that are just better looking, they're more natural, they have more charisma. They might get, two or three out of 10, but if you think for a minute that there's like dudes that just walk up to women and they're like, mm, mm, and they just do stuff like this and things happen, it's very rare. Like you'll see the odd YouTube video where some guy will be like, Chad passes a phone to girl, or like dude picks up girls, without talking to them. He just takes off his shirt and passes a phone to them.
Right.
Are those a setup? How often does that happen? How many takes do they have to do to make that happen? Like, don't think for a second that the numbers game is that quick and easy, right? Like 10% is a pretty good number.
Right. And I might be being generous with myself, but like you said 10 girls, I think that's the problem is it's probably more like two or three and it's not enough.
Yeah,
And
so if you're talking to two or three over 2 weeks and your conversion rate's going to be 10%, you're almost at zero if you're only talking to two or three. You have to up the approach numbers.
right. Yeah,
What about
and that's
dating apps?
kind
Do
of
you
what
use
I'm
those?
asking you about. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm asking kind of you about is where the approach is just I'm struggling on it. I'm failing, so at least I'm
It's
trying, but
it's
I'm
an
failing.
approach because you have a genuine interest in them and you think that they're beautiful and you want to date them, right? So it's like, you know, where are you approaching girls? Is it the gym? Are you doing it as you're kind of going about your day? Do you have a hobby that you like that women happen to, participate in that you can talk to them at? Like, where are you
Right.
talking to these women?
And that makes sense because someone asked in the live chat, and I think it was Jaron who said IKEA, and that makes sense. And I'm realizing that the problem is I think I'm way too into like approaching people at a nightlife type of deal, like a bar or a club or something
Hmm.
like that. And I'm not doing enough of approaching like at a normal type of place that you would go in your everyday life, if that makes sense.
Well, again, it's a numbers game, and you only talk to two or three over the course of a couple of weeks. You got to up the numbers, right? Over that period of time, you should be talking to a lot more if you want to, start getting some cold approach dates off it, or just use dating apps. I mean, or use a combination of both. You use dating apps?
Yeah, I mean, and not very successfully.
Do you
I
have good
mean,
photographs on your dating apps? Like, do you have a
and
professional photographer?
I've been working on that. I just got new photos probably a week ago. I
Yeah,
mean,
helps a
I'm
lot.
listening to all your stuff, dude. Like, I can't thank you enough, like, for this channel. I mean, I'd
Dude,
consume
like it
a lot of your stuff.
works. It works. Like I tell you guys to do these things because it works. But the thing is then you realize like, oh shit, now I have to book a photographer. Now I have to get my hair cut. I got to get my beard cleaned up. Do I wear this outfit with that outfit? Does it like? And then you have to do all these things, and then some guys be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. Juice is not worth the squeeze. Right? Okay,
Right.
fine. Then don't come crying to me, right? But I mean, if you want to get these results, then I'm telling you, this is what guys end up having to do to get those conversions from the cold approaches into dates, or from the dating apps into the first or second dates into the lay sort of thing. Like you've got to make those things happen for yourself. I mean, you like you're a pretty good looking guy. It sounds like you're confident. You've got some charisma. You could probably clean up the beard a little bit. Like it's very bushy.
Appointment tomorrow at 10 a.m., man.
Yeah, it's very
10 a.m.
bushy.
Yeah,
Find a like as far as bearded guys go, and I'll keep saying this because I've gone through all the different stages of facial hair. The best thing that you can do if you want to have a nice clean look that women that like beards like beards. Women
right.
that don't like beards, they don't like beards. Fine, for me, it's like women that don't like bald guys. Like, cool, I don't give a fuck because there's a load of women that like bald guys, right? So
Sure.
if chicks dig beards, the key thing with beards is find a good barber. And in my view, the best places to go are Persian barber shops. You walk in, they've got the nicely trimmed, properly shaped beards. I go in like every week now. So like every week I'm in on a certain date, exact same time. I got his number by text. If he's not gonna make it, he texts me. I'll be there 10 minutes late, sort of thing. Like we're on a first name basis, right? We have a system down. So,
Sure.
but like I'm on a camera like every week, so I have to look clean. But if you're gonna run a beard, you have to run a tight beard, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and I'm gonna get in Moff's stereo. I've been in there the last few weeks.
Mhm.
It's been awesome. I'm gonna try to get talking to him on the live chat actually instead of just listening. So I'm gonna follow up with him on a few things. I don't want to take all your time, but
It's all good. It's all good, man. Yeah, I appreciate you hopping in and asking the questions. And Moff will be live after the show. I'll make sure that I post the link. He'll do a longer Q&A. And if you want to book for scheduled one-on-one help, with dating stuff, he came in here about a year ago and he did everything that I told him to do. He sorted his life out. He's getting good results. He's way cheaper than I am at an hourly rate. Like I just price
yeah,
myself for the high net worth guys. So he'll be there for you guys too. All right.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, bud. See you.